Hey guys, this is TheBattlePro and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire news. And in this episode, we'll be talking about the Battle Frontier. In Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there were indirect hints in the game telling the protagonist about the Battle Frontier. When players have been reading that, people were wondering whether or not the Battle Frontier would be given to us through DLC, since they already announced it wouldn't be in the game before it came out. There was an interviewer asking Junichi Masuda about Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. A couple of questions were about the Battle Frontier for the reasoning why the Battle Frontier is not in the game. The first question is not directly towards the Battle Frontier, but he bases his answer off this question. So the question was, we noticed that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had a lower difficulty level compared to the previous Pokemon games. What have brought you to this decision? Any chance that the future games will have a possibility to adjust difficulty levels seen in Black and White too? Junichi Masuda answered, "We created a balanced game that was suited for our time and age, where everyone is very busy and young people have various means of entertainment. Using smartphones and other devices, they can access a great number of games, so the time they dedicate to a single game is less than in the past. The player can choose to keep on playing after the main story and continue to the post-game, where the difficulty rises and there are much more difficult trainers and challenges to overcome." Now, the second question is the big question. This is the question why it wasn't in the original in the game, built in. Why wasn't it in the remakes? The question was connected to the previous answer, of course, which we didn't put Battle Frontier in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for this very reason. And the interviewer noted, in short, he means that they didn't include the Battle Frontier because only a small part of the players would have been fully appreciated and made the use of this feature. Nowadays, players get bored and frustrated more easily, and they aren't interested in things that are demanding and challenging. Now, here are my thoughts. I felt that idea was skipping out the after game. The Battle Mazen was not enough for the after game with the Delta episode and Legendaries. I just recently almost completed Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I just finished the Delta episode today, and I mean, it only lasted an hour, and it's not enough at all. And it's a nice little episode. It's nice that they got it so we can actually get Deoxys, unlike the original games. But I felt they could have added more stuff. And then there's the Legendaries, which, I mean, that's not a big part of the game. It's not. You can probably get those Legendaries pretty quickly. I haven't done it yet, but it's probably possible that you'll be able to do that pretty quickly. But there are people that would like to use it more than what Game Freak was thinking. It's all over the internet now about people wanting the Battle Frontier. This question doesn't directly answer about the DLC though, so it's possible that it could get released. People that want it could buy the DLC for the Battle Frontier, and some people who wouldn't want it just can ignore it. It could be like $5, $10. I mean, that's a reasonable price, although it's not as reasonable as being built in the game, but I mean, it's just good that they would listen to their fans and actually make the Battle Frontier for the people that actually want it. But of course, I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately, because I'm sure they would have said something by now about the development of Battle Frontier, but you never know. It's still possible. But those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. The link will be in the description of the interview, because there's other questions on there too about Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and plus, I want to make sure I note my sources, and that would be awesome if you hit that like button. See you guys later.